right, welcome to Suburban On Air. And from today, we go directly to Tel Aviv, Israel, where Adam Gabay is joining us. And I just finished watching Adam in an outstanding performance in the HBO program Our Boys. You can watch it in Canada. It's streaming on HBO Canada, on Crave, on demand. So I was able to binge watch it. Welcome, Adam.
Hi, how are you?
Adam, it's great to see you. You look a little bit different than your character Avishai from Our Boys, and we'll talk about that shortly. But you just got back from Chicago, where you were on the North American tour of the Band's Visit, a show that was really a standout show on Broadway. Your dad has played a big role there as well, and but you stayed there a little longer because you caught some Chicago fire, we shall say. You met an actress from Chicago Fire, who's now your girlfriend. Tell us about how that all happened.
So we were performing, we were touring across the states since June 2019, and then we performed in Chicago. And I met Miranda Ray Mayo, my partner, and she came to see one of my castmates in the show that is a good friend of her. And we met there, and that's it. So when when everything shut down and we stopped performing in the middle of March, I moved into her place in Chicago, and I spent a few months with her and her roommate that is also on Chicago Fire. His name is Daniel Kyrie, and his boyfriend is amazing musician, Apollo Mighty, and we had just a magical time together, the two of us and the four of us. And now I'm back in Israel, filming two movies here. One is an American production, the other one is an Israeli production. And
So let me ask you the important question. First of all, had you ever watched Chicago Fire, and did she watch Our Boys?
So when we met, it was I think in the 6th episode of Our Boys. So she had to catch up few episodes. I met her in the 8th season of Chicago Fire. But I watched a couple of episodes, and she's doing an amazing job there, and of course.
Our Boys, it's a pleasure to talk to you because I loved your character. You really were outstanding in that show. Our Boys is a very dramatic 10-part series, true story about 2014 when there was a war between Israel and the Palestinians in Gaza. 3 Israeli young men were kidnapped and killed, and then there was a revenge killing. It caused a lot of uprisings, shall we say. It was well documented in the media, but this is the real behind-the-scenes story of actually the revenge killing and how they went into it. It caused a lot of controversy in Israel. In fact, Bibi Netanyahu, the prime minister, spoke out against it. Was he off base, Adam, with that, do you think?
Listen, I think it's a free country and free world, and you can say whatever you think. I'm curious if Netanyahu watched the whole piece, because he called the show anti-Semitic, and I watched the whole piece, and I genuinely don't think that it's anti-Semitic. I don't know. I'm inviting him to watch the whole thing, but if he still thinks that way, so it's his own opinion. I just think that when it's coming to this point that people called to kill the creators, to cut cut their heads off.
Well, that's terrible.
Of Joseph Cedar, Haggai Levi, and Tawfiq Abuel. So, in this point, I will do everything to stop things like that. When violence is in the picture, I'm not there.
Yeah.
But if if it's in a polite way or respectful way, so yeah.
My family has gotten very accustomed to watching Israeli shows. Of course, we love Fauda, and I've had the opportunity to interview Lior Raz a few times.
Yeah.
Then we watched When Heroes Fly, and then we watched your program, all with subtitles. But I have a lot of friends in Montreal who are Israelis who don't need the subtitles. This is, like I said, a true story. You play Avishai, who's a very kind of disturbed, troubled yeshiva student. What was it like to get into that role? You had to learn a lot, didn't you?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I learned how to stutter. I learned about OCD. I learned about clinic depression, about separation anxiety, to play the guitar a little bit, about the yeshiva boys, the Orthodox um lifestyle, about how is to feel, the one who's not fitting in this world, because those boys, they've been trained their whole life to be yeshiva buchers, yeshiva boys, and when they just can't, so how does it feel? So it wasn't so easy, and I always remember and always reminding to myself that this boy is alive, and he's been through and still through all those things. And I'm not saying that he's the devil. I'm not saying that he's an angel, but yeah.
The Palestinian uprising that they showed, the rock throwing, the fighting with the Israeli troops, it seems so real. You said there was a mix of documentary and real
Yeah,
filming.
yeah. So they mix between documentary footage and real filming, and sorry, real documentary footage and uh, uh, what we filmed, in what you said in the demonstration that Avishai is part of in the first episode. And yeah, they did an amazing job. We filmed in Jerusalem. We filmed in a stage that they built in kind of like a desert, and it was a whole thing. Yeah.
Tell me about your dad. He's quite a famous actor too. Tell us, he's been in the Band's Visit and a TV show that I have yet to watch, but is very popular.
Yeah. So my father, Adam Gabay, is an amazing actor. His career is huge inspiration for me. He's now on Shtisel, starting to film the third season. Shtisel. He was on the Band's Visit, the movie, the film from 2007. He won the Europe Academy Awards for this role, and then he starred on Broadway, and then we played together on the national tour, on the North American tour of this show. So yeah, he's a huge inspiration for me.
Well, when COVID is over, sometime in the future, I hope that the Band's Visit could resume its tour, come to Montreal with you and your
Yeah.
dad. Maybe you could make that happen. What do you think?
Wow. Amen. Yeah, we spent 5 weeks in Toronto, and we had such a great time there. And yeah, we would love to see more from Canada.
All right. Well, there's a lot of Israelis who would welcome you with open arms here. That's for
Yeah.
sure. Adam, I want to thank you very much for joining me. I want to wish you the best of luck, and we'll stay in touch for your future projects.
Thank you so much.
All right. We say shalom to you.
Shalom.
All right. Thank you.